The Bellator-class Star Destroyer, a dreadnought utilized by the Imperial Navy, represented a divergence in the Mandator series of Star Dreadnoughts. The ship design was based on earlier Mandator-class and Mandator-class dreadnoughts, but was a scaled-down model, measuring 800 meters shorter than its predecessors. Introduced in 3 ABY and retired in 137 ABY, the massive warship was primarily designed for the Galactic Empire's naval forces and has an elongated, distinctive dagger-shaped hull. Its offensive and defensive capabilities included a vast array of gun batteries mounted on the dorsal surface, arranged on both the port and starboard sides of the hull, as well as on the ridge located in front of the command tower. Having 2 deflector shield generator domes on the midsection of the ship and 2 located on the bridge tower would provide a good amount of coverage and protection for the ship. The midsection domes would likely be responsible for protecting the ship's engines and other vital systems, while the bridge tower domes would protect the crew and command center. Unlike its larger Mandator-class predecessors, the Bellator-class prioritized speed over armaments, sacrificing the latter to achieve higher velocities. This design philosophy set it apart from its conceptual cousin, the Mandator III-class dreadnought, which was intended to be larger and more heavily armed than previous models of the series. The specific number of gun batteries on the ship is not specified, but it is clear that the vessel is well armed with a variety of weapons. The combination of heavy turbo laser turrets and ion cannons would provide the ship with a balanced mix of long-range and short-range weapons. This would allow the ship to engage enemy vessels at a distance or in close combat, depending on the situation. Ion cannons are weapons that fire ionized particles, which can disrupt or disable electronic systems, while ball-mounted ion cannons are likely to be smaller versions of these weapons that are mounted in ball-shaped turrets. Having 14 thrusters at the aft end of the ship would likely provide the vessel with improved maneuverability and speed compared to previous designs. The thrusters were arranged in a symmetrical pattern to provide balanced thrust and stability. Its bridge tower featured a distinctive ridge structure in front of the command tower, similar to the towers found on other Imperial warships like the Imperial-class Star Destroyer and the Executor-class Star Dreadnought. The Bellator-class was powered by 2 reactors that protruded underneath the superstructure with armored bulges, which was a highly efficient and powerful type of reactor. This reactor produced a tremendous amount of energy, which was used to power the ship's engines, weapons, shields, and other systems. In addition to the primary reactor, the Bellator also had several backup reactors, which were smaller and less powerful but still essential for keeping the ship's systems operational in case of an emergency. In addition, having weapons located on both the surface and ventral side of the ship provides the vessel with greater coverage and the ability to engage targets from different angles. This can be particularly useful in combat situations, where the ship may need to maneuver quickly and engage targets from different directions. The 2 hangar bays on the ventral side of the ship are likely used for storing and launching smaller ships, such as starfighters or shuttles, or for providing access to the ship for personnel and cargo. These hangars are important for carrying out missions, conducting repairs and maintenance, and evacuating personnel in case of emergencies. In addition, several placements of the turbo lasers on the ventral side of the ship allow for a wider range of targeting options, which enhances the ship's tactical flexibility. By having weapons on both the dorsal and ventral sides, the Star Destroyer can engage targets from multiple angles and directions, making it harder for enemy ships to evade its attacks. It also provides additional protection to the ship. In terms of size, the Bellator-class Star Destroyer is significantly larger than the Imperial-class Star Destroyer. The Bellator measures approximately 7,200 meters or 23,622 feet, which is roughly 4.5 times larger than the 1,600 meters or 5,249 feet in length of the Imperial-class Star Destroyer. After the Battle of Endor, at least one Bellator-class dreadnought was seen in service with the New Republic during the Thrawn Crisis. It flew in formation with a fleet of Imperial-class Star Destroyers that had been adorned with the New Republic logo. The advantage of the Bellator was its advanced technology and systems. It is equipped with advanced sensors, communications equipment, and shield generators that give it improved situational awareness and defensive capabilities. It also has a sophisticated hyperspace drive that allows it to travel faster than other Star Destroyer designs. In terms of weaknesses, the Bellator's larger size can make it a more vulnerable target in combat. It is also more expensive to build and maintain than other Star Destroyer designs, which may limit its deployment in certain situations.